Hi, Wolfpack. Welcome to another edition of Work on It Wednesday. I loved seeing your work from Minds on Monday. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, don't be afraid to go back and look at it. I'd love to see your work and your thinking. So for today, we're continuing on with word problems. So, are you ready? Here it comes. Cloud fairies know which are the fake images right away because we are creatures of the sky. Pure and clear, but it may not be so easy for you. Oh, hi, boys and girls. I'm reading this book, but I feel like it's taking me a long time to finish it. Right now, I'm on page 250. Let me see how many pages there are in this book. I wonder how much longer I have to read. Oh, 300 pages. So I'm on page 250 of 300 pages. I read about 5 pages a day. So I wonder how many more days it will take for me to finish it. All right, so there's our word problem for today. So let's remember the steps that Mrs. Stuper taught us last week. So step 1, we need to read the problem. I'm on page 250 of my book. There are 300 pages total. If I read 5 pages a day, how many days will it take me to finish the book? So when we're reading it, we're thinking, what is this problem about? You guys also saw in the video that it's something about me trying to finish reading my book, right? So let's reread it to get a little bit more detail and think about what exactly am I being asked to figure out, okay? So let's read it again. I'm on page 250 of my book. There are 300 pages total. If I read 5 pages a day, how many days will it take me to finish the book? So I like how I see the words how many. That's sort of a clue about what it's asking me to do, isn't it? I just got out my pen and I'm going to see if I can sort of underline some of the important facts that I can see in here. So let's see. I'm on page 250 of my book. There are 300 pages. Ooh, that's not a very straight line. It's hard to do with a mouse. If I read 5 pages a day, how many days will it take me to finish the book? Okay, so those are some of the important facts that we can find in our problem now. So then we want to move on to planning. How are we going to solve it? So what is the best way to solve this problem? This looks like this is going to take 2 steps to solve this. Unlike some of the other word problems we've looked at so far, there's going to be 2 steps because first we have to figure out, well, how many pages are there left in the book for me to read? Okay. Then we need to figure out, okay, well, if I'm reading 5 pages a day, how many days is it going to take based on how many pages I have left? So there's going to be 2 steps to this. And then I'm going to try to solve it. And I need to think about those operations, right? So it looks like I'm going to have to use the operation of subtraction, where I'm going to take 300 pages and I'm going to subtract 250 from that to find out how many pages are left to read. Then, once I have that total, I want to think about dividing it. How many pages am I going to read? How many days, how many days is it going to take me to read those 5 pages a day? All right, so let's get into it a little bit deeper. So here's our first step. We're going 300 subtract 250 equals 50. Very good. And then our next step, which is a little bit harder, is our division question. Recognize the division sentence? Remember, so 50 is our dividend, and then we're going divided by 5, that's our divisor, and the answer, is the term that we like to use, is the quotient. And in this case, this is going to be the solution to our problem. So 50 pages still to read, divided by 5 pages that I'm going to read a day, will give me how many days till I finish reading? All right, so let's just review some of our division strategies, looking at our division sentence here. So you may choose to use an array. Remember, that's what we saw Mrs. Stuper doing in last week's problem. Today, I'm going to look at skip counting. So I've got my number line out here, and I'm going to think about skip counting. I'm going to do it by 5, the divisor, and I know that I have to reach the dividend, which is 50. So then I just have to figure out how many skips is it going to take me to get to 50. So there we go. It's going to take a total of 10 skips to get to 50. So that's how many days total it's going to take. So we have a nice little therefore statement at the end when we've solved our problem. Therefore, it will take 10 more days of reading 5 pages a day to finish my book. Well, that's not too bad. I feel like I can do that. Do you think so? Great. Now it's your turn. So let's look at your problem to work on for Wednesday. Your turn. So we are on chapter 16 of James and the Giant Peach. There are a total of 38 chapters. If we read 2 chapters a week, how many weeks will it take to finish the book? Okay, so remember the 5 steps that you want to practice. So you're going to read it again, and then you're going to start planning how you're going to solve it. Then you're going to solve it. Think about the operations that you're going to use, how many steps are going to be involved in solving this problem, and then you're going to double check your answer. Okay, and once you're finished doing that, we, of course, would love to see you share your work. So you could take a picture of it, you can write it down, and you can create a video. I love the videos because then we really get to see you talking to us about what you're thinking and how you came to the problem, the solutions to the problem. And then, of course, post it on FreshGrade or Twitter. All right? I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.